Manx Radio's Countryside is brought to you by NFU Mutual.
Hello and welcome to the brand new series of Countryside here on Manx Radio. I'm Simon Clark.
And I'm Kirree Kermode. This weekend we popped along to a very special event in the calendar, the Food and Drink Festival of 2020.
Yes, 2 packed days at the Villa Marina Gardens saw thousands of people attend in the glorious sunshine to try out and see what's on offer from the local producers. Oh, that was a beautiful weekend, Kirree. Welcome back to Countryside and our listeners as well. We've all been keeping well on the farm, but this week it's all about that busy weekend. We've got so much to pack in. We can't get it all in this week's programme, Kirree, can we? But great to see so many people at that event, wasn't it?
It was absolutely wonderful. The people were there by the thousand, literally, weren't they? And the atmosphere was just fantastic. There was no other way to describe it. It was just exhilarating, wasn't it?
It certainly was. We spoke to people involved in food production, the selling of food, beers and ales, all you'll hear in the next half an hour on Countryside. One of the first people I spoke to was Alan Tier from Ballykelly Farms, Ballykelly Meats in the north of the Isle of Man. They were there with their stand. I asked Alan how things had gone.
It's been going very well. Fantastic numbers in yesterday, fantastic numbers in today. The sun's out, we should be at home working, but we're up here serving a bit of good old Manx food out from Ballykelly Farm that's been raised, slaughtered up at the meat plant and then brought back to Ballykelly to be processed into burgers, hog roasts, you name it, we can get it out of an animal.
Yeah, and what have you got on here? Beef and lamb?
We started off with a hog roast.
Yeah.
Got a load of the hog roast done, put it back down underneath and finished off while we cooked up some, actually it was mutton, some well-aged mutton, got that up, served that out. We're back onto the hog roast now with the remains of the mutton, but we're still knocking out beef burgers, lamb burgers, the odd sausage here and there, and a little bit of bacon.
And what sort of feedback are you getting from the people that's in?
I haven't had my head up. above my waistline to know today. I had one complaint.
About what?
It was far too much on the portion.
Really?
It was. I couldn't believe it. So I took some of that off for him, and he went away happy.
Well, listen, it's fantastic that you're here supporting this event, and as you say, you know, you vouch for that. The promise that it's from the field to the farm, you know, the animal
from
to
our
the
fields,
fork, isn't it?
From our fields back to Ballykelly and back up to here.
Yeah. Well, we'll let you get on. Good to talk
Very
to you.
good to see you. Thanks, Simon.
Well, Mark Matthews from Tears the Butchers, you're here with the Isle of Man meat stand as well.
Yes.
Glad for the sit down. Look at it.
No, it's very busy, this one. It's been really good. Most enjoyable. We've got a close connection with Isle of Man Meats. We buy all our stuff from Isle of Man Meats. Very rarely bring anything in. Stuff I do bring in is probably chicken, that's about it really. But no, the show's been really good. Well organised. Unfortunately, people had to queue quite a bit, but someone said to me this morning about the show this weekend, yesterday and today. It's the biggest event that's been held in the whole of Europe, apparently. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I suppose... Do you think it is?
I think it is as well.
Yeah, nice.
But it's nice. I mean, are people asking questions about the meats and where's it coming from?
Oh yeah. I mean, since COVID, I mean, we've obviously been very, very busy, but people realise by buying local produce, it just helps everybody in jobs and everything, every aspect of it all really. But I just want to plug Isle of Man Meats all the time because I mean, through the COVID period, they were very busy as well. And they were very, very helpful with us because we were very busy, and I'm sure everybody else was.
Yeah, and it's seen a lot of changes over the years, but you'd like to hope things were looking up, Mark.
Yeah, things are definitely looking up. I mean, one or two places I've heard have said people have stopped buying local in some place, but not with us. We've carried on, and we're at the shop. We're a lot busier than what we were before the COVID. But having said that, the shop has always been busy anyway. But noticeably, since everything's getting back to normal, we are quite a lot busier than what we were 6 months ago. But again, we were still busy 6 months ago.
Yeah. And one thing I always notice when I'm walking around Parliament Street and all that, you see people with their bags from other supermarkets walking around, and I always say, "Oh, where are you going now? You know, bags full of shopping. Oh, we're going for Tears to get our meat now." Which it's always encouraging that, where they're doing shopping other ways, but they're going to there for the meat. It's nice, isn't it?
Because it's a good product. I mean, we do pride ourselves in as I say, in Manx product from Isle of Man Meats. Both Chris and I, we try and give everybody who comes into the shop the best of what we can get, and we can't do any more than that. But what Isle of Man Meats do is give us that produce, and it's excellent produce they're producing for us, and as well as the farmers as well. We've got to take our hat off for the farmers, because they're the ones who actually produce the stuff, and doesn't happen overnight. It takes a while to do it, to get it spot on.
Well, you've been at it a long time, and you've seen a lot of it in your days at Tears, Mark.
Yes.
And I suppose, is it one of the best it's ever been lately?
What's that? The show?
The butchery trade.
Yeah. No, as I say, I've actually worked for the company for 45 years, and we've never ever been as busy. Never been as busy. I don't think so personally. But no, it's good. Things have changed. More and more people are buying local produce. There's no doubt about that. It's more noticeable with our shop anyway.
Excellent. All right, we'll let you crack on, Mark. Good talk to you, Terence.
And you. Thank you very much indeed.
Well, let's get a quick chat with the manager at the Isle of Man Meat Plants, Phil Parsons. Mark's praised everything to do with the local produce around here today, and you've got that smile on your face as well.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's great in this tent today. You look at the quality of the product that's through, coming off the island, and everybody in here supporting it. It's really good as well.
Yeah, well, people coming in now, you can see them just in behind the counters there now. You're bringing more stock in, and it's an event that people, I suppose, a few months ago weren't sure what was going to happen. This has gone ahead and to great success, and it does give the people a chance to get something, a local product that they may not have tried before.
Yeah, I mean, we're actually showcasing some newly packaged product. Obviously, you can buy it all on the island, imported, diced and minced, but we're actually dicing and mincing Manx and selling it as Manx through Tears here today, just to showcase it, really.
I mean, I suppose from the last 15 or 20 years, I've had a marked sort of noticeable difference in the amount of people that seem to be learning more about cooking produce from scratch in a way, instead of ready meals.
Yeah, I think people have gone back to basics and starting to cook from the very, the base of everything, getting everything in fresh and trialling and learning as they're going along, and it's been successful. You can see that by the amount of sales increases we've had of Manx product during this COVID period that we've been through.
Yeah, and so many people, there's so many cookery programs and things on the television, and people are a bit more, I think, bolder in trying maybe a different cut or a different type of meat this day and age.
Yeah, I think it's all about education, and we kind of take our hats off to the likes of Mark, who will sit and take the time to explain to people what the cut is, where it's come from, and what you can do with it. We've got a quality product. We've got all these farmers out there that are producing top quality animals, so it's great for us to process them and pass it along to the butcher for further processing, right to the housewife or husband.
Yeah, well, anyway, it's been packed. I'll let you get back to do some more work with the customers, Phil. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Well, Peter Quayle from the Central Marts.
Hello there.
Nice to see you at the Food and Drink Festival.
Yeah, we're very lucky. It's just an amazing crowd. The weather makes it, but then nobody's got anywhere else to go, and it's just, I think they've reduced the price a little bit, which has helped. It's just great to see so many people.
Trying to say the Manx are tight?
Some of them. Maybe the ones on the north. Sorry about it, no.
That's fine. The marts itself, you're more familiar, of course, with the auctioneering at the Central Marts at Knockalo there. I mean, are they still going ahead?
Yes, we've been very lucky. We've had 3 really busy marts. The ram sale went well, and last week we saw a lot of sheep and ewe lambs, a lot of breeding females, and there was good trade right through. So, the Manx farming goes on, and it's just great to see the crowd at the mart, and without having to worry, everybody's careful, but when you see things happening away with masks and everything, and they're restricted, we're so lucky over here.
Yeah, is it an advantage to us, Peter? Is this why they've been so well supported, do you think?
I think the fact that the fat stock are doing a pretty good job, the prices are better than they've been for some years, so that's making it reflecting on the prices of the breeding stock, so it's giving farmers a bit more confidence, and the fact that there's no staggers and they seem to be doing a good job.
Yeah, and you just hope that events like this, which we're lucky that they're going ahead, gives the Manx public a chance to see what's on offer here on the Isle of Man and keep it here.
Well, everybody's queuing to eat and drink something, and there are lots of good Manx products, and we are very lucky that the Manx people generally are very good to support Manx produce, and they like to think that they're helping the whole industry and helping the island.
And the next Mart, tomorrow, is it?
Yes.
Wednesday.
We've got 100 store lambs, and then there's some good cattle coming from Orosdale and Chris Quayle and Michael Kelly, so there's something happening for the next few weeks, and soon we'll be into our suckler sales, and that's always busy.
You're listening to Countryside here on Manx Radio with Kirree Kermode and myself, Simon Clark, looking back to a very successful weekend at the Villamuria Gardens at the Isle of Man Food and Drink Festival. You were busy, Kirree, working and trying to get bits for Countryside as well. There was young and old there, which was good to see, and the young farmers put on a good show.
As they always do, Simon, the young farmers there had a fantastic little marquee full of all sorts of interesting things to keep the children entertained. I caught up with Nikki Kane and Steve Corrin to see what was going on. Nikki Kane, well, you're inundated with children here in the Young Farmers Marquee. What are you up to?
We're just making some butter, so we've got some cream from the Isle of Man creameries, and the kids are putting them into little tubs and shaking them until they make their own butter.
Well, that'll be some work out. How long does it take?
About 5 to 10 minutes, I think.
So I'm assuming they're running a little bit of energy off because today has just been fantastic for all the families.
Oh, it has. There's just so much in it. It's so nice to have something a little bit for the children so they can enjoy it, and then lots of other lovely foods and local produce for them to enjoy.
And who would have thought it would be so busy?
I know. They were saying yesterday there was like over 8,000 people. Just can't believe it. And it's so nice to see all the children running around enjoying it and seeing all the produce.
Steve Corrin, obviously this is the Young Farmers Marquee, and Nikki there busy with her butter making classes. I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah, it's a class in itself. Watching Nikki do that today, she's very well practiced at it by the look of it. I myself have been doing the planter bulb for all the children. I genuinely didn't realise there was so many kids on the Isle of Man, but I think there must have been 80,000 children through the door today. Every one of them planting a crocus bulb, so if the entire Isle of Man is now covered in crocuses on the Isle of Man, blame Nikki, because Nikki was the organiser of it, but the kids are having such a good time. It's been a fantastic day so far, and hopefully it'll continue.
But it is lovely. The young farmers are known to get out and in the community, interacting with everybody. And we don't have too many livestock in attendance here, but what an opportunity to use local produce and to have the basics of the environment come out.
It is. It's been very good today. I mean, a lot of the kids that have come in have been asking what we're all about and where they can see the animals, and they've been signing up. We've had new members sign up today for different clubs from different areas, just because they want to see more of what we're doing here today on a bigger scale and want to get involved in the countryside. So it's been very good for the young farmers in general having this here today.
And I suppose we don't know how long this COVID situation is going to last, so finding things to do on this island has been at the forefront of every parent's mind at the minute.
Yeah, as you know, with COVID taking over this year, kids are looking for something extra to do. Parents are looking for things that they can send their kids to, which I think is going to be quite a good influx of members this year that's going to bring them in. And as you know, being an ex-young farm yourself, Kirree, we're good to take anybody under a wing. All the waifs and strays are welcome. But no, joking aside, we are always looking for members. Although we have got a good amount at the moment, we'll always take everybody in. And as you can see today, there's a lot of events which the kids can get involved in.
And like you say, it's non-agricultural as well. You don't have to be an agricultural person to be involved with young farmers.
As I say, you don't have to be a farmer to be a young farmer, and people from all walks of life come through the doors of the young farmers. It takes into account things that people don't really think about, but such as public speaking events, the Young Farmers Concert. every year, which if you can be in any way on stage, perform and dance and sing, and if you want to get involved in that sort of thing, we are there to take it on as an amateur society ourselves.
Well, like you say, that is one event that we will be looking forward to, and I suppose now's the time to get enrolled for the concert. It's only around the corner, March?
Yeah, the concert's coming up soon enough. I know it's next March time, just next door in the Gately Theatre. But by Christmas time, people will be in full swing, getting ready, getting prepared, getting their ideas together and getting writing and practising. Before that, we'll have the Christmas tractor run, so hopefully the tractor run will get people out of the woodwork. They'll see what we're all about with that as well, and our fundraising that we're going to do. And that might get more people encouraged to join the Young Farmers for the concert time as well.
Nick Kane, well, congratulations. The best stand by Noah Bakehouse here. And you're busy handing out something that looks quite lurid, but sounds like it's very tasty.
Yeah, some people think it looks a bit like a sausage, but it's actually a beetroot bagel. Very vivid flavour, vivid colours. All our bread this weekend, we've tried to give real vivid colours and make the rainbow for the NHS. So that's the whole theme behind our display this week.
And that obviously swung the Minister, Geoffrey Boot, on winning the best stand. Congratulations.
Thanks very much. Yeah, we were really pleased. Very shocked, but it's nice to see, the effort we put in gets appreciated. And it's a massive team effort. The entire team back in the bakehouse have just been absolutely buzzing this week, coming up with all these creations. We set them the challenge, they rose to the challenge, and yeah, it's paid off. And the people here are just wax lyrical about everything we've put out, so the feeling is absolutely amazing.
It is really, really good, but I don't think anybody's quite prepared for the amount of people that are here, Nick.
Absolutely not. No, yesterday was we had a queue from 10 to 10. The place doesn't open till 10, and the queue is still there at 5:30 when the show actually closes at 5. So,
wow,
yeah.
That's incredible. The people are wanting to support these local industries, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah, and we're all supporting each other. We're really working well together with lots of other suppliers around here. People have come to us that in a little bit of a panic. They needed bread. We've supplied them with bread, and we all look after each other. It's great to see, and really bolsters the Manx the Manx way of life. It's great.
Geoffrey Boot, well, what a weekend we are having here at the Villa Gardens. We couldn't have asked for better.
Well, the weather's great, the produce on show and the stands are great, and the people are great. I mean, I can't believe it. Yesterday, I think we had 8,700 people through the gate. We normally get that in 2 days, so...
that is phenomenal, absolutely
pent-up demand, I don't know, but it's great.
Yeah, well, this is it. And you had the really difficult task yesterday of judging those stands. How do you fare up?
Well, it's very difficult. Whatever you do, there's going to be some disappointed people. And I have to say, a lot of the stands, or all the stands really, but some in particular, were very well presented. And it was a difficult choice to make.
And who was the worthy winner?
Miles at Noah Bakehouse, and for various reasons. But he just stood out a little bit extra.
But like you say, everybody is championing Manx produce. It is so great to bring that produce to our local people, and it's so important to this island.
Well, it is, and I think COVID sort of proved that we need local resilience, but it was not an excuse because the producers stood up to the mark, but it meant that people were sampling produce that they wouldn't normally buy and having it delivered to their door in some cases. Some of that's stuck, and progress is good, but obviously there will be some regression as time changes. But shows like this help reinforce the message that not only is it good for your health to eat local food, low food miles, semi-organically produced in many cases, grass-fed and all the good stuff, low food miles, good for the environment as well. So, what is there that's wrong about that? I mean, it's the right thing to do.
Well, it is a food and drink festival, and Ross Barnes, you're in charge here of the refreshments and beverages, are you?
Yes, that's right, and people are being refreshed very well at the moment.
So, what's on offer in your marquee?
This is all Manx produce, so it's Manx beers, Manx ciders, even a Manx lager, along with the Manx gins and vodkas and rums.
We've been familiar, I suppose, with in the olden days, as I call them, the Castledown brewers, the Oakles brewers, the Bushies, big names in them. A lot more trying on them, and more so with the real ales that's been. But you mentioned lagers being produced and spirits as well.
Yes, lager is by Bushies. So it's been around a while, but they've just sort of revamped it and made it even better. Spirits are being made obviously by Fenodry, and also Seven Kingdoms have their spirits out now.
Yeah, and what sort of feedback do you get with the support for the locals?
Yeah, everybody's enjoying it. They like it. It's a very good product, and it's a very high standard too.
Yeah, and what's your favourite tipple?
Me, I like a Manx cider personally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And they get them available as well on the island?
Yes, we have wild cider in bottles as well as on draft, and it's a very popular drink.
Yeah, well, it's yesterday and today. The weather's come down on you, so I suppose it helps.
It certainly does, and in true Manx tradition, they are drinking us dry.
Well, excellent stuff. Thanks, good to talk to you.
And you, thank you very much.
Joanna, you are part of the organising team of this great event. It's been an absolutely fantastic couple of days, but it's an interesting part that you do is getting the actual customer feedback. You're running a questionnaire to see what's important to the people that are attending. What kind of things have you found out?
It was just such a lovely opportunity to go around and get positive feedback from everybody, but one of the things that really stood out to me, our local producers managed to help them over the hard times during the pandemic, and that most of the positive feedback that came out of that was people to come back here and say thank you to everybody, the way they obviously had that support from obviously our local companies over here, and they were very thoughtful and thought that was a great opportunity to come back and just say thank you and see people face to face rather than just seeing them through the way they've interacted. Obviously at that point it was that social distancing, but now it's getting to see people closely and have that opportunity to express how thankful they were for helping the local community over the hard times.
And that was it. It was hard times. So many local producers stepped up and filled those gaps. They diversified their business into doing deliveries or making their product accessible some other way, and obviously turning their shops into, safe havens for lots of other producers to deliver their products. Like you say, we are in a really, really brilliant position, aren't we?
Absolutely. We're in a very fortunate position, and it was just great to see so many members of the local community to come along and just be express their gratitude to everybody, which is obviously a great way to sort of demonstrate and obviously help our local economy either way.
Well, let's speak to the lady in charge, the Executive Marketing Officer for DEFA, Lucy Verdon. How's it gone? We're on the second day of it now. It's packed again.
It is, yeah. I mean, we're absolutely astounded by the number of people who have come down to support all of us and support all of the local producers and businesses who are really working hard to make this happen. Just look around at the moment, the number of people through the doors again today. The sun is shining, thank you so much, weather gods. And everyone's having such a great time.
The nice thing is people aren't just walking around. There's loads and loads of tables, places for them to eat, and loads of Manx produce for sale here, and they're all trying in different areas of it as well, which is encouraging.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so much going on. So, at the moment, what are we? Lunchtime. So there are lots of queues for all sorts of in the catering village in particular. But you've got lots of people sampling in the produce marquee. We've got the theatre going on all day long with all sorts of producers giving talks and demonstrations. Lockton Experience over there with some live animals, and they brought the loom down from Laxey Woolen Mills. There's the children's activity marquee just there as well, so plenty for all of the family to do. And we've really tried to help support the event this year by making it half price for adults, and it's free for under 16s. And after the year that everyone's had, I think it's so nice to be able to have this as an opportunity to come together and just celebrate and have a good time.
Yeah, when was the sort of final decision where you thought, it's going to go ahead?
That was the very end of June, sort of coming into the beginning of July. So really, we'd ordinarily go across the year trying to organise it. But then we've done it in a couple of months, so it is possible. And I'm so glad that we did.
Yeah, and how much support have you had from the local businesses for this?
The support has been endless, and the feedback that we've gathered from them so far since we opened at 10 o'clock yesterday has just been so positive. We've had comments like, the busiest sales they've had ever. One stall even said busier than TT. So it's just incredible, really, and they're all such a pleasure to work with. And we're just really fortunate to have this opportunity to gather in what is probably the biggest event happening in the British Isles right now. Where else in the world can you do this at the minute?
Yeah, and what sort of feedback have you had from the general public coming in?
They're loving it. You only have to look around at the moment and see the smiles on everyone's faces. Especially, it's really great to see the children engaging. We're trying to push sell the whole story of farm to fork, and there's a bit of education throughout every stand. So that's really quite a special sort of element to it, I suppose. They love the opportunity to be able to sample new products, to see what's going on in the island, and to be frank, most of them have just really enjoyed the opportunity to come and sit in the sunshine, try something they maybe haven't had before, and enjoy a weekend off after a busy week.
Yeah, and you rightly said there about the youngsters of today. There is plenty of education for them, and that's going to be the future. They learn so quick when they're at that young age that they're going to take these experiences with them to when they're older as well, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. That's what we think is one of the most important sort of ethos behind the whole festival. Obviously, we're all about celebrating what is local, or anything that is locally produced and sourced, food and drink. And to get children passionate about that to begin with, I think is really important. So for them to come to an event like this and to soak up all of that atmosphere, I just think it can't do anything but help.
Yeah, and of course food and it's drink as well. And I've had a chat with the guys in the refreshment tent here, and it's surprising how much local beverages and alcoholic beers and ciders and spirits are available on the island now, isn't it?
I know, this island is so small, and yet there's so much passion and drive and ambition and entrepreneurialism that comes from it, and in both the food and drink sectors. So yeah, you're right, we've got spirits, we've got ales and ciders and sparkling wines and all sorts that are available from the Drinks Pavilion this year. We've even got a couple of drinks producers in there themselves. So, and again, a great opportunity for the public to come down and connect with the people who are behind those businesses that they love. I know that this year has been very strange, and all of these local producers have done so much to support the general public throughout lockdown, diversifying their businesses so that they could do home deliveries and all sorts. And I think it's great for the public to have that opportunity to come and connect with them.
Yeah, I think it kept everybody sane as well, something to do, didn't it?
It did, and something to lift spirits, even talking about the drinks producers, who were delivering to people's doors or making little packages that even if it wasn't necessarily food that you needed as part of your staple diet, it was something to look forward to. As no one could go to restaurants, so you had them delivering to you, and I think that's really special. It shows, the Manx community, how we do it best, really.
Indeed. Well, congratulations to you and your team. You've done a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Well, some great feedback from some of the organisers of the event, and finally Lucy Verdon, the marketing executive, I think, for DEFA on that job, and taking over the reins and doing a wonderful job, and very, very happy about how things had gone, Kirree.
Lucy's
she should be.
Lucy's very passionate about a smooth running of the Food and Drink Festival, alongside Audrey Fowler there. 10 years plus in organising a fantastic event, and it's grown and grown, and this year was just huge.
It is, and we haven't got time, as we said, to squeeze everything in. So on next week's programme, we've got a bit of a trail from the Lockton sheep from the fields to the tweed jackets that are available as well, Kirree, isn't it? So you can hear all of the interviews in full if you go to Manx Radio's website and go to the podcasts. You'll hear longer interviews, and we'll be back next Tuesday with more from the countryside. So, from me, Simon Clark.
And me, Kirree Kermode.
See you next week at 6. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.